Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin Bigham from GREE, and we are here today to chat about our GREE Loves Indies program, which we launched in October at GDC Online. We recently picked our first Indie of the Month from Austin, Texas. We have today Neal Nellans from Tiny Utopia, and we're currently working with him to integrate GREE Platform into his game Epic Mech Wars, which we will launch on GREE Platform this holiday season. Hey Neal, how are you doing today?
Hi Caitlin, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. We're really happy to have you join us today. So to start, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what led you to get into the gaming industry?
Sure. Well, my background traditionally is not in video games. It was in film visual effects, and I went to school for computer animation. So when I got out of school, I worked a short time in movies, but then I later moved on to a chance to work with Steven Spielberg on the Medal of Honor franchise when he was just creating that. I worked as an artist then for several years with DreamWorks on those first Medal of Honor franchises. And then when they moved to EA, I started my own indie studio, and I've been independent ever since then.
Now that you've been working with GREE for a few weeks as Indie of the Month, can you please tell me a little bit about your experience working with the GREE team?
From the very start, it's been outstanding working with GREE. It was a great opportunity for us to partner up with a big network that already has an existing game player base. That was very important to us as a small studio, so that we would get a good launch and be able to get some recognition with players who were familiar with the types of games that we were making.
What GREE Platform features are you integrating into Epic Mech Wars, and why? And why did you choose those over others?
Epic Mech Wars is a turn-based combat RPG, so something that was very important for us to implement was obviously leaderboards achievements, which are some of the easiest features that GREE offers. But in addition to that, we also wanted to have clans, to have share requests, and to have in-game items that could be gifted to other players so that you could work together with other players that had the same goals in building up your mech and being able to increase your win percentage.
Very cool. Okay, so why do you think GREE chose Epic Mech Wars over all the other games submitted? What is it about your game that makes it stand out?
Well, Epic Mech Wars, I think, is unique because it utilizes a battle system which encourages players to compete in a battle arena against each other. Traditionally, for a small studio, this would be something difficult to do. You're dealing with a lot of network code and a lot of asynchronous connectivity, which is not always the easiest thing to do with a small team. GREE allowed us the opportunity to leverage their tools and able to implement those types of gameplay services into our game the same way that a larger studio with millions of dollars would be able to do.
Why did the GREE Loves Indies program catch your attention? What was it about the program offerings or GREE or Indie of the Month that made you really excited and want to apply?
Well, GREE is really good at knowing what services to offer and how to promote your game without being dictatorial or attempting to take any control or make any design decisions for you.
So would you say your expectations have been met so far?
For sure. It's actually exceeded my expectations. And one thing that I wasn't anticipating is all the partnerships, aside from GREE, that they would make connections for us. So we're able to get a response from other partners for advertising services, for in-game promotions, for analytic data that honestly we wouldn't have been able to get without the GREE partnership. So it's been tremendous in that respect.
Do you have any words of wisdom that you'd like to share with all the indie devs out there?
Well, honestly, I mean, we're all figuring this out together because the landscape of mobile specifically is changing so rapidly that as long as you're keeping up to date and you're networking with people who have similar interests, that's going to help you out a lot. I think that with mobile game, because it's such a competitive marketplace, it's really important to make sure that the first 15 to 30 minutes of your game are really solid Make sure that you have a good tutorial created in your game so that all players understand what their goals are and what they're doing. And as long as you stick to design ideas that you're passionate about, I'm sure you're going to make an interesting game.
Thanks, Neal. It was great chatting with you, and I'm really looking forward to playing Epic Mech Wars when it launches in a few weeks. For everyone else who's interested in learning more about GREE Loves Indies, please visit our website, greelovesindies.com. There you can learn more about the Indie of the Month program and apply to be the next Indie of the Month.